and mute my YouTube. There. Hello, hello, hello. What is everybody? Yes, it's surprise. We're here. Um,
Sabrine.
we're making a. We're making actually we're making time for you guys tonight. So um, we had to have a break in what we're dealing with, and so I'm unwinding a little bit, and I'm here talking with God's Night and whoever shows up because nobody was expecting us to do this live. Hey,
Correct.
Christy Sue, how you doing? Hi, Gardner Josh, how you doing? Welcome to the show. Um, yeah,
Hey, John. Christy.
we're in the middle of packing and relocating, and I needed a break. You know, it's to the point where the boxes are taking over. So yeah, and then once we get relocated, I don't know how soon I'll be able to do a live feed again. Hi, Blue Farm. You know,
Hey, Blue
um,
Farm.
but we're gonna do them as often as we can. We just gotta get relocated and figure out our new norms in life. So anyhow, I'm looking forward to being able to put a garden in and grow a lot of food and being in wide open spaces. You know, it should be a rather interesting adventure in life. You know, but I'm hoping everybody's doing what they can to grow food, to stock up, get prepared, because of the simple fact, you know, things are going to get harder. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Everybody, the government's favorite word is recession. Not even close. It's never gotten out of the depression from back in the 1930s.
Correct.
It never ended. And now it's like mega overtime. Okay, because we've been I dot for dot, you know, um, T for T, dotted I for dotted I, in 2000 already to the Great Depression, and now it's only gotten worse. Well, well, what they're getting ready to throw at us, um, even the FBI is saying that there's going to be a food shortage. That's their way of telling us what they're going to be doing. So I don't care if you can grow a garden. If you can, great, fabulous, do it. If you can only stock up on canned goods, great, fabulous, do it. Okay? Because it's going to be what saves you, you know. Uh, and it's so important that you stock up and get ready for what's coming. Um, if you don't know how to do a garden, watch in your area. You'll find somebody, you know, and you can learn from them. Ask them questions. You can learn from them. Be decent to them because instantly you're going to end up with two things. If you do it right, you do two amazing things are going to happen right away. You're going to become a friend to them, and they're going to become a friend to you. If you're out to jerk them around and waste their time, they're going to know. They're not going to want nothing to do with you. They're not going to be willing to teach you anything. You know. Um, Another thing is some people don't. Some people really don't know how to use a shovel, even though most people take it for granted and assume they do. And I don't care if it's a shovel or if it's an axe. If the person whose hands are on it doesn't know how to use it, it is a very dangerous thing. Um, because it's in the hands of the wrong person. You have to learn. And yeah, digging a hole, it ain't that hard, but if you don't know what you're doing, it can be hard. You can hurt yourself, you could hurt somebody else. You know, that's what why I say find somebody, learn. Um, because I could tell you how I do my gardening up here, but it don't mean that it's gonna work where you're at. Okay? Why? Because if you live in a different state or a different part of the same state, you know, it ain't gonna work. The ground's different, you know. Um, Down south, y'all been able to grow food all year round, except for the last 2 years, you know. And if they're not freezing your butts off down there, they're flooding you out, nailing you with twisters now, you know. So, yeah, everybody's having problems to be able to grow food, and we can't take things for granted anymore. You know, we gotta do what we gotta do to help ourselves, and it's just, you know, I mean, to me, it's a normal part of life. Okay, I never back when I was younger and I was growing up. Yeah, I'm aging myself here. um, we didn't have preppers. We didn't have homestead homesteaders like they mean nowadays. We had families living their lives. If they lived on a farm, cool, they were farmers. If they lived in town, cool, they still had gardens. Okay, and some gardens were huge, and I mean huge. Some gardens weren't so huge, but you know, everybody helped out. Everybody done their part. Everybody grew their gardens, to, you know, as much food as they could for their family. Um, it's just how it was, you know. So these titles, that's why they don't go with me. I don't believe in giving people titles, you know. Um, yeah, so and so owned the Killcrest, okay? Well, that meant that that was in the area where the Keels lived on the hill, and they called it Killcrest. And there was several families of them, you know. And then another guy had a ranch, and it was called a certain name too, you know. Um, it's like Blue Farm, you know. Uh, they might call their farm Blue, you know, the Blue Farm. Well, that's cool because that tells you, you know, that that is who they are, you know. Um, I mean, it's just the way it was. Nobody had labels, you know. So I don't understand these labels. I'm sorry. I I'm not one for labels. I mean, if you're looking at a jar, yeah, label is good so you know what's on it or in it. And if you need to watch the sodium and all of that stuff, then yeah, seeing the ingredients in it is important too. Um, However, if you can your own food, I can guarantee you know exactly what's in it and you could pronounce everything that you put in it, which the store bought stuff, some of those words on there, they're $1 million word. And nobody, probably even the scientists, have problems pronouncing those words too, you know? So, yeah, I mean, anyhow, we're here, we're live. We made time for you guys. Like I said, it was a surprise for making time for y'all. Um, cause ever since the last show, I've been busy getting everything ready to rock and roll, and it's just how it is. It's part of life. You know, I don't make any excuses or anything like that, and so we decided we'd go live tonight for a little while and see who shows up and just visit with y'all. So let's see here. We have Garden Josh, and he's doing well. We have Blue Farm. So what's going on in the garden and in the on the farm? You know, um, any new animals on the farm? Blue Farm.
Also, you know them, Josh and Farm GT.
Gardener Josh. I've seen him around quite a bit. You know, uh, he's got his own channel. Blue Farm's got their own channel, but you know. Hey, Mad Mike, how you doing, hon? Homestead Family Reclaim,
Hey, Mike.
awesome.
Long time no see.
How you doing? We're
What's up,
oh
Nate?
there's that cheeseburger kid. We're in the middle of relocating, so that's why we haven't been around. Oh, cool. Blue Farm's got babe chicks, including turkeys. Awesome. Awesome.
Nice.
I've been busy, Mike. The boxes are taking over, okay? I mean, it's just well, it's nice to meet you too, Nikki. And I know Josh has got his garden going. So yeah. Um I'm waiting until like next weekend we ain't gonna be around. Fair warning. Um that's what happens when you're gearing up for a new adventure in life, you know. In some ways it's a new adventure, but in other ways it's just life. So yeah. Mad Mike, he's a sweetheart. That's the best part about his nickname, you know. He's never mad. At least I've never seen him get mad.
It's not
So
mad like angry mad GT. It's like mad like crazy mad.
he does have an interesting shop. And he does
He's out of
plow
his mind mad.
he
That kind
plows
of mad.
he plows snow in the wintertime. I've seen that. So yeah, that's pretty cool, you know. And now summertime's here and everybody's outside more and doing stuff, you know. So um if you've got a channel and shows start dropping off as far as views go, don't worry about it because of the simple fact dishes, laundry, cooking, farming, animals, working on vehicles, soon starting a garden, and just starting a second channel a month ago. Wow, a second channel. Awesome, Mike. Um, yeah, I know what you're talking there, man. Especially the animals, and here's another thing, guys. The feed for animals, the feed or the grain that the farmers plant in their ground, it's all gone up. The truckers. Gas has gone up. Uh, UPS is getting ready to lay a bunch more people off. They just laid like 500 people off at this one plant for the UPS. And that's a lot of people that they laid off at that one. And there's more coming. And all of this is by design. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
The truckers, they're having problems. They can't afford to get the diesel for the trucks right now. You know. That's okay, Mike. You're warmer than I am to go outside. But I still go outside too. I just bundle up. Um, anyhow, so, things are getting there are truckers that are just parking their tractors and trailers because they can't afford it. It's not paying enough for them to um Mike, you were warmer than I was. That's sad. That's sad. Um we've got frost again tonight, Mike. We had it last night too. But the truckers they're not making money to pay, they can't afford to pay for the gas for their tractor and trailers, so they're parking them. It's not feasible for them. They're not making any money doing it right now, and there's more going to be more, you know, and um, they're gonna the farmers, yeah, they're short on the fertilizers that the government's told them to use because most of the fertilizer comes from over in uh Ukraine and that area, and uh, the U.S. has their own places that they make it too. But here's another thing, and maybe it's because of the DNR or whatever. I don't know. But when I was a kid, the farmers had what they call crap spreaders. It shot the manure across the fields. Okay, they pulled it behind the tractor, and they just used their cow manure, their pig manure, their chicken manure,
Yep.
and that's how they fertilize their lands. Okay, so farmers aren't out of fertilizers. You know, you can also go like it when they you go to the sawmills. You can buy loads of sawdust. Now that sawdust is another form of natural fertilizer. Okay, and the DNR will not get after you for it, putting it on your ground, putting it on your gardens to fertilize your gardens. It's all natural. So just make sure you don't use walnut. You don't want no walnut in your sawdust for your fertilizer. It will goof up your lawn and your garden. Sorry, had a coffee spell. Well, hello, no parts garage.
What's up, no parts?
You're here with Homestead.
Cool. Welcome.
Okay, Mike brought a friend along. That's
Yep.
awesome. More the
Good
merrier.
buddy. The buddy system.
Right. That's not a bad thing, you
Nope.
know. More the merrier, and you know, the happier we are to see everybody that wants to come. But yeah, and no pants. How come, Mike? How come you're saying no pants when his thing says no parts? No
No
parts
pants, no
garage.
parts.
You know, his name's kind of throwing off the deal, but okay. Apparently, Mike's calling him no part in pants. Yeah, I
Yeah, it was
saw
a
that it
typo. I
was
know.
parts.
Yeah, we're just teasing him. No pants. All right, Blue Farm. Take it easy.
Thank you
Thanks for stopping
for
by.
stopping by, Blue Farm. But I mean, people don't. A lot of people in the big cities and stuff, they don't get it. If it wasn't for these farmers and it wasn't for the truckers, the parts pants, the same thing. Okay. Um, I don't know. Some carry their parts in their pants. Yes, yes, yes. And then some people just put the pants on. But people in big cities, they don't really understand that if it wasn't for the truckers and it wasn't for the farmers, the food that they get at the store wouldn't be there. And with the way things are going, the stuff at the store isn't going to be there because they're going to make sure not the truckers and the farmers, but those powers to be in the White House, you know. And it's true. It is so true. Hey Mike, I got my snowsuit on, so what? I don't have to worry about my pants. Haha. Um, I
Oh,
mean,
your parts getting cold?
no,
Keep your parts warm?
I don't have those parts that he's got, so I wouldn't
Yeah,
know.
you don't have to. Women have their own separate. My point is, you have parts that we don't got, GT. That's my point.
I also got pants that you don't got. Haha.
No, I
But
wear shorts.
and when you take somebody out of the big cities and you take them to a petty zoo or you take them to a farm and they're just like, oh, well, that's cool, Mike. Um, you know, th- the people from the big cities, even the kids, you take them to a farm and they see farm animals, they don't know what to make of it, you know?
I think it's a petting zoo.
Yeah. Cheeseburgers grill on the shelves. I said, oh, aren't you funny, Nate? Mr. Cheeseburger. Yeah, they do on your shelf, but not everybody else's. I was in a talk show, or yeah, I was on at a live stream one night, and the guy said, "Name some seeds that you're gonna, that you would grow, so you could survive." And everybody else is, saying three seeds, different seeds all the time, right? I said a pork seed, a beef seed, and a chicken seed. And the guy that caught the guy's attention real fast. But yeah, duh, I know to grow fruit and vegetables, but those are good to have too. And good luck finding chicken right now in stores, man. They don't have it.
Everybody knows when you plant sesame seeds, hamburgers grow. Everybody knows that.
Okay, as long as you make the bun to put the seeds on. But you know, um, it's like the clothes and stuff in the stores. You still need the farmers to get that, because they grow the cotton unless they're using synthetic threads for the weaving the material, and you still have to have the truckers to get this clothes to the store so you can buy it. Now Nate wants pizza seeds. Ay 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 ay. You know, hey Nate, plant wheat seeds. You plant wheat seeds, then you can at least make the flour to make your crust with. You know, I just I don't know where. Yeah, they're not gonna stop. They're doing what they're doing. They're not doing it to help the people. They're doing it to hurt the people, and they're doing it
Exactly.
worldwide to hurt all people. But because of these lovely sanctions, they're not hurting nobody but the people. You know, period. And their tit for tat shows need to stop. Um, Go into the sandbox and say, "My pile of sand's bigger than your pile. My sand's better than your sand," even though it's in the same sandbox.
My sand has cat turds, yours doesn't.
Right. I mean, grow up. Knock your crap off. It's clear that you're not representing the people that you're supposed to represent. It's clear that you're corrupted. And I don't give a hoot and holler what party you want to talk about. They're equal. You know,
Yep.
they're equal. So I'll bet you're right, Mike. I bet you your sweater is prettier than mine. you know, um, I mean, it's ridiculous.
My Tupperware seal's better than your Tupperware.
Yeah. Well, it's like back in the day they used to have little festivals in the fall and stuff. Through the summer, towns would have them, and then the towns would go to the counties, and then the farm kids would go and join the county fairs with their animals and stuff. And you
Yeah.
always had the women doing the bake-offs and the jams and all that good stuff. And sometimes guys were in those contests too, you know. And then Mrs. Johnson got the blue ribbon for her jam, her grape jam. And Mr. Pfeiffer got the blue ribbon for his awesome apple pie. You know, they thought they were celebrities for a little while at least, but that's how they done things, and people got along.
Yep.
Back in those days, people talked to their neighbors. You know, not like
There
it
was
is
there was more
nowadays.
there was more community back then.
Yeah. I mean, families would sit out on their front porch in the villages and in towns, you know, and they'd talk with each other. And the farmers, they had ways of talking too. Some of them done it during the daytime, and some of them, like if they lived up on the hill and they had farmers down the valley, and they knew the farmers down the valley, they used the old-fashioned redneck intercom before there was intercoms. You got good at. at yelling because they had to hear you and you had to hear them, you know. And I can do it, you know. Luckily, I lived in an area where it was part of the way of communicating, you know. Didn't have to use the phone to call the neighbors. And no, we didn't. It's before the CBs too, you know. But yeah, you can use CBs to communicate. But the this is back when they still had party lines, you know. Only the rich fancy people had the private lines, and there was a bunch of you on the same telephone line, and you always had some old women on there gossiping, and then you had other old women listening to all their gossiping that they would, and they do this all day long, right? So instead of getting in a fight with them, you go out to your back 40 and you talk with the neighbors down in the hollow down below on the other side of the river, you know, and they talk with you, and that's how they communicated. Didn't take no electricity, no gas, just a good set of lungs, and yeah, you could do it. You know, that's how they communicated. Now you tell people about that, and they think you're a little crazy. Say what? Yeah, that's how they used to communicate. You know, farmers talked to each other. They helped each other out.
Majority of people used to read books.
Apparently, no pants is close to where Mike's at. Must be in the shop together. Because Mike's asking him, "Can you hear me over there?" But you know, I mean, that's how we done it. We all got along. You know, it was a good thing. It wasn't a bad thing. So yeah, you know, and there's a lot of channels on YouTube you can find out how to do gardening from.
Yep.
You know, and you always have like Will It Grow, Homestead Aquarius. You know, many others. There's Haas Tools. You want to learn how to do gardening for like Tennessee? There's Petra. You know, um, I mean, you always want to find somebody that lives in your area that does gardening because their information is going to be more accurate for you, you know. And if you can tell that somebody's not being honest with the information they're telling you, go and find somebody else because time is of the essence when you live up where it gets colder, you know. Some plants you can grow in your house as long as you've got a south window or an east window, you know, in the wintertime, so you can put your plants in front of it. You know, just don't. I wouldn't advise you to grow squash, but you could, you know. But you can grow tomatoes and potatoes in your window in your house as long as it don't leak air, you know. You grow radishes, you grow herbs, because everybody's gonna like spices when you know they can't get any more at the store. And for those that are picky about what they will eat and what they won't eat, guess what? The pickies, they're gone. Okay, You ain't got time to be pickies anymore. You get the food and be happy that you got food. Might not be something that you normally like to eat much of, but when you get hungry enough, you're gonna eat it, you know?
Right.
And you're gonna want to put some spices on it so it's got some flavor to it, you know? I mean, all I can do is encourage you to grow your food, encourage you to buy the cans, canned food, eh, within your means, within your ability. 'Cause not everybody's got the same income. Trust me. And speaking of food, I need some. Okay, Mike, go eat. Um,
Oh my
and
God, shoot. Speaking of that, I can go for some coffee.
you gonna drive it?
Yeah, I'm gonna drive some coffee, everybody. I'm about
All
coffee, right?
right.
I drive coffee.
Sometimes it hurts when you drive that coffee, though. No, beer don't count, Mike. But it's just
Beer is a lady's drink.
I don't drink. But
That's why I pluralized it, JT. I didn't say the lady JT's drink. No, I said a lady's drink.
yeah, I know.
I
I
know.
just
I
I
know. I
I
know,
just don't
JT.
drink.
I know.
I take coffee. I take
You're a lady,
tea.
so it's fair for you to reply because you're a lady. So yeah.
I take hot chocolate. Mountain Dew does so. I don't even drink sodas very often.
Yeah, neither
I'm
do I.
I'm a real hardcore person. You know, if I had sarsaparilla roots in that, I'd be a happy camper. I really would be, 'cause that stuff is good, and it's the original root beer.
Mountain Dew does.
You know,
Yeah, you can't go wrong with Mountain Dew.
I don't know. They've got all kinds of different flavors of Mountain Dew now.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I'm an original green, and then I've had the original when they brought it back. The Dew Shine, pure sugar. I think it's pretty good.
I miss my green bottles with the old man and the outhouse and the still.
Yep, they brought those back for a limited time.
Water is good for you too, yes.
Yep, that's all I drink every day is water.
Yep. But yeah, I mean, it's just, you know, yeah, we know. We haven't been around much. And
Yeah, we've been MIA for what, 2 weeks?
something like that, yeah.
Don't seem
Yeah.
like it.
Yep. I just, you know, like I said, I've been busy. I've been swamped. And tonight I said, "Hey, let's go live." So, surprise. We're here, you know. Um and you know, you want to get to know the people in your area who you can trust, who you can't trust, you know, people that you can network with, people just to avoid networking with. You want to figure that all out now so that way you know who you can count on that'll be there for you and you can be there for them, you know. Um because sooner or later there's going to be something you're going to need and somebody else is going to have it, you know. So yeah, it's going to be very, very important for you to network with it, with others. You know. So yeah, it's just crazy. What are you doing, guys? Tonight?
Coffee.
It sounds like you're pouring water.
Yeah, it's coffee. It's brewing, percolating.
Oh, you're right by the car because we can hear it.
Yeah,
It's
sorry. I didn't think I was gonna be that loud for you guys. Sorry about that. Is that better?
yeah, it's just funny because I'm like, wow, that could be one of two things.
Kidney
E-
stones.
either the coffee's brewing or somebody's tinkling really loud.
Yeah,
Okay,
they had kidneys. They have really bad kidney stones, so they're trying to pass a stone right
I guess.
now.
But yeah, anyhow, we're having some fun, so I haven't paid much attention to notifications in a while. I've actually had to turn the sound off on my phone because it constantly makes noises. Yeah, I know what that's like. I don't have them on my phone, but I do have them on YouTube. You know, and comes a certain time of day, I just you know. But right now, I haven't been watching too many because I haven't had the time. You know, um, I did catch a couple of them here and there, but that was it. You know, and it's just um not it's not something I have time to do right now. So yeah, um, but if people can't understand when you're busy with doing what you gotta do for your family and you, well then that's on them too. You know. Oh, okay. All right. So Mike's able to have a whole conversation with himself now.
Yeah, I saw that. He even told himself to shut up. That he needs to
Yeah,
drink more water. He's asking himself if Mountain Dew is good.
yeah.
He asked himself if he should have a beer or a soft drink instead. Yeah, he doesn't claim Mad Mike for shits and giggles.
Oh, that's so funny. That is so funny. And the hot water is done. But so, being you got no parts garage, you got Homestead Family Reclaim, where's Sergeant Sweet Cheeks at?
If you got no pants, you get no parts.
Right.
No
So
shoes,
where
no service, right?
so where's Sergeant Sweet Cheeks at? I mean, you know,
Is me too. Just
I just I thought I'd ask, you know.
forgive.
I just thought I'd ask. That's good. I mean, not everybody can pull off having a conversation with themselves,
Or even be a parts garage.
right? You know,
Mike is also a parts garage.
What was the question again? There wasn't one. You'd have to ask your other personalities that you're having a conversation with.
Yeah, I think it's no pence.
Yeah.
Because we have no parts, but there was someone not named No Pants in the chat, so I think that's his other personality, No Pants. Mad Mike and No
Oh,
Pants.
I know what the question was, Mike. It's when are you gonna get a channel for called Sergeant Sweet Cheeks? You know. Oh. Well, I already told you the answers that I was concerned, from where I look at it from. So
The Sweet Cheeks thing.
I did answer your questions. Well, two channels might be enough, but
What's the question?
I asked him when he was gonna get the Sergeant Sweet Cheeks going, and he said no, two channels are enough. Okay,
Yeah,
you know.
2 channels are enough.
I mean, what can I say? So, how are people gonna communicate when there's no phones and stuff? You know, I'm deaf in one ear, can't hear out of the other. Well,
Smoke signals.
Mike, you can read our lips. you know,
The
Y-
question was, do coconuts migrate?
in a way, yes. In order to get down out of the tree, they gotta come down.
But do they migrate?
Yeah, they come down out of the tree. They pick them up. They put them on the truck. They move them to another location. Therefore, they migrate. You go to the store closest to you. You buy them.
Hey,
Therefore,
Mike,
they migrate.
how do you smell?
I don't see lips.
Well, he said he doesn't have ears. Or I mean, he says he's deaf in one ear and can't hear out the other.
You're right.
And he says, "Where? I don't see lips. I see flashing things."
oh, well. You just gotta read the flashy things then, okay?
Yep, it's binary or
yeah,
Morse code. I mean,
I know. We shouldn't be so obnoxious. But sometimes we gotta be funny. We gotta just have fun. I see.
yeah, I mean, YouTube is a good outlet though.
Well, that's okay, Mike. We don't see your lips either.
Yeah, we don't see yours either. We just see text.
Yeah. So yeah, it's pretty awesome. I mean, fair is fair. You know.
I am quite content without seeing things that I cannot unsee.
Exactly. I mean, if you had to get up and make your bread every day so you had bread of some sort or another, would you be willing to do it?
It's not exactly the truth.
You know?
Yes,
If you had to milk the cow
yes,
by hand,
yes.
would you be willing to do it so you had milk so you could have cream so you can make butter.
Imagine milking your cow while singing Frank Sinatra songs
And he did it his way.
or Michael Jackson songs.
Billie Jean, she was my thing. I mean, how about washing your clothes? You know?
I'll just jump in the river, thank you.
Hey, that's how a lot of people wash their clothes too.
I know I've had to do that before.
You
Not my
know?
best moments, but it worked.
Well, back in the day, that's how some people done it. And
You
then you
wash
had the
yourself and your clothes at the same time.
right. And then you had guys and people that went, no, I just took a bath a month ago. I don't need to take a bath yet.
Right. Shave? What's that? I just trim, no shave.
Right? That beard in the wintertime comes in handy. Why? I don't have to put a scarf on my face. It's kept warm with my beard.
Yeah, and if you find any stranded birds or squirrels or something, you can put them in your beard and warm them up.
Right?
What's a bath? Uh, I think birds take baths.
Well, one did yesterday in the puddle in the middle of the road.
Bathing is for birds.
So yeah,
They're fancy.
it was kind of
Hydroponics.
interesting. And they don't use bubble bath either. Them birds don't. They just kind of waddle out to the middle of the
Yep.
puddle, and I don't know. The one must have been in really bad shape because his friends took off on him. They quit drinking out of the puddle when he went in it.
But damn it, Dave. Classic Dave. Crapping in the water.
Yeah, we were laughing at them. They were birds were gathering together because of the coldness. The animals will tell you.
Not really if you watch the important parts. Mike, come on, man. You know, you should know that. Quit being silly. As long as you watch the important parts, you're fine.
Well, now he's got to talk to No Pants. Find
Oh
out what
yeah,
the important parts are.
yeah, yeah. What was it? Consult No Pants for further details.
I mean, and I don't understand why women or somebody put it in a woman's head that they had to have perfumes, so they could smell
Oh, we
good.
know who, JT. Pharmaceutical industry.
It's crazy. But I
That's
have
exactly
to
it.
try and be funny. You are funny, Mike.
Don't try, just be. Right?
Yeah, just be yourself because you're funnier when you're yourself than trying to
Like
be
Yoda.
funny. When you try to
Yoda
be it,
says.
it ain't gonna work. If you just relax and be yourself,
That's what
it
Yoda
just comes
says.
natural.
No try, just be.
Yeah. I mean, gotta be positive on it, you know? It's it's like I'm gonna tell you a true story, okay? I used to go out to the state university hospital here for doctor's appointments and stuff, okay? Fine. For health reasons, okay? And I always had this theory, you know, The doctors had to have a good sense of humor. The nurses, everybody that worked at the hospital had have a good sense of humor because if they didn't, it was the patients and the families that paid for it. Anyhow,
What about hygienics, personal hygiene? Only washing the important parts and not have to completely bathe. That's a good lesson to learn. It saves you water and soap
so
and time.
there was this lady I met, and her mom was passing away at the time at the hospital, and she come down that night, and she says, "This is my family." She says, "We need you got to make them laugh." And I was on crutches, and I go, "I gotta go to the restroom right now, and I'll be right back, okay?" Because I'm like, you can't tell me to be funny because it don't work that way, you know. So I hobble into the bathroom, and there was a long line of people waiting to get into the men's bathroom, and there was a sign at the women's bathroom,
Out
you
of
know,
order.
that the bathroom was being cleaned, and I'm like, okay. I go in there, and I mean, I really got to go, and I'm on crutches, and there's this guy washing the mirror, and I said, "You stay there, you wash the mirror." "No, no, no, no." I said, "Oh, see, 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 see." And I made sure I went to the door, to the stall where the door opened out. I was like, there's a wall right in back of it. Okay. So if they came in, they wouldn't get too far because they'd be going into the wall behind them. But I did what I had to do. I got done and I looked at the guy and I said, "Thank you. Oh, thank you. Gracias, gracias." And out the door I went. And I go back out to this family and I says, "Well, I don't know if this will work or not."
Oh shit, that is messed up.
So I went and I explained it to this family, and they
I
were
was replying to what
rolling.
Mike said
They were
in chat.
they were rolling, laughing, and this lady looked at me. And she says, "Now I know that we will be okay because we're feeling something other than sadness." They were all laughing. Their mother passed away that night, and I never saw them again. But that lady wanted to make sure that her family, after their mother passed away, would still be able to laugh and feel other things besides sadness.
Yeah,
Yeah, some nurses aren't funny.
yeah, that's actually what happened to him was cruel.
Right.
She thought she was being funny, but that's just some straight up cruelness right there to treat someone,
Not just
especially
that, that's
a
lack of
patient.
doing her job correctly.
Well, yeah, she was derelict in her duties.
Big time. Because remember they take a Hippocratic oath
Yeah.
to treat people,
Yep.
and even the nurses do. It's not just the doctors.
No matter
Trust
what.
me.
Yeah, all the medical industry takes that oath. Anyone, it's like
Yep.
law enforcement or military. You take an oath,
Yep.
and you're supposed to fulfill that oath.
And you uphold your oath, and if you're a legit person, your oath never expires
Yeah.
any more than the man in the military or a man that's been in the military. Their oaths don't expire either, the honest, good ones, you
Yep.
know. So yeah, but what that nurse done to you, Mike, that's unacceptable. She was no, not even funny.
No, she thought. I was saying she thought it was, but in reality, that is not funny. That takes a really messed up person to do something like that in the first place, especially in her field.
Yeah.
I can only imagine how she treats her family.
Let's see. Hi, I'm home. All right, kids, get out of my sight. Go to your rooms. Yeah, yeah. Oh gosh. My husband's home. Ugh. Probably like that. However, you let Bertha get called and say, hey, when you get off work, you just stop at the bar, we'll have some. I bet she doesn't have that same personality then.
No, it's the fake personality.
Wow. The reason they
Maybe,
didn't figure it out was because they weren't looking for the right answer. They were looking for what they wanted, and they
yep,
couldn't find it because what they wanted wasn't there.
right. Their job is to not numb and dull the pain, not fix the pain. Not to fix you, just to treat you, but not fix you.
Well,
That's what they're trained to do now.
that's all their jobs are anymore.
Yeah, treat the symptoms, but not fix the problem.
I mean, I've ran into some really good nurses in my time and some really good doctors. And then I ran into some shitty nurses and some crappy doctors. And I wouldn't have gave a plug penny for any of them because they sure weren't worth a plug nickel. Yeah, the doctors are, or the bills are always outrageous.
Yeah,
And if you have insurance, they charge you more for it than what they do if you don't. Just saying. You know.
yeah. Something called premium, and then the convenience fees, which are ridiculous. The other hidden fees, and it adds up to a lot more than what it should.
And I like the doctors that try to order things. They order tests that you don't need because they're trying to rack up money for the bill.
Yeah.
That's illegal for them to do that too.
Well, they think they can get away with it, and typically they do because the doctor requested this, the doctor requested that, but I never. The thing is, they never get the test of the patient. They just said they got it, that they were what's that word? Not rendered, but I guess just given the test, but they never got the test. They say, well, we gave it to them, these were the results.
Yeah.
Well, we recommended them for rehab, rehabilitation, but they refuse to go, or you refuse to go, but they still say they count that you went. That's more money for them too.
It's all a scam, man. It's all a
Yeah,
scam. And then after all these years of the medical being so prime, you know, um, you think it'd be better than what it is.
everything looks good. You may be in pain, but everything looks good. Doc, I'm still in pain, but everything looks good. You can go home now.
That's crazy.
These aren't the droids. These are not the droids you are looking for. Go home.
I mean, yeah, it's crazy. And then you get doctors that they like to push pills on air for everything and anything on people. And then you have the doctors that if you are in pain and you really do need medicine, oh no, you don't need the medicine. You're just a druggie.
Yeah,
No. Uh-huh. I'm
They're
not a
like, Doc,
druggie.
I've never done drugs in my life. I mean, look at my record, right? My medical history. Well, still, you don't need it.
Yeah. You didn't fit the doctor's bill for somebody
Yeah.
that
Well, that's the thing. If you're really a drug addict and they're giving you the painkillers because you're a drug addict, they're gonna give them to you. And I've seen people get uh, medical grade narcotics and they were drug addicts versus someone who really needs it.
Yeah. All right, Mike, you have a good night.
All
You
right, later,
know,
Mike.
take care of all the animals. But yeah, I mean, you gotta have your animals. You gotta be able to take care of them, and they're making
Yeah,
sure that nobody can do anything. You know, they're trying to make sure people can't grow food. You know,
yep.
I mean, it's pretty sad.
Well, like we talk about, they just want everybody to be dependent on the government, and
Uh,
that is a death sentence.
yep, that it is for sure. But I mean, it's pretty sad no matter what. You know, so
Yep.
all we can do is prepare for the worst, pray for the best, and make the best of everything in between. You
Yeah.
know, when time gets tough, the tough get going, which means you can't give up. You got to keep at it.
Yeah.
The more you do something, the better you get at it. You don't give up, you just keep going, you keep trying. You know, it's like making noodles for the first time. You don't go gung ho and make a huge batch of noodles when you don't know what you're doing. You start out with a small batch. And when you get comfortable and good at it, you increase the batch. And before you know it, you're making a lot of noodles from scratch. And all by hand, too. No machine, just your rolling pin, your knife, and you.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, will it be anything like Lord Inga Wilder's day? Don't know. It could be. It could really become like that. You know? And trust me, it won't take much and it would be that way. Because that's how they are. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
yeah. I just, I don't know. We're down to one person watching.
Yeah. So fine. Just we can call it now. Just hang out on Discord if you want. It's up to you.
Alrighty. Um, you take care and God bless you, and we'll talk to you as soon as we can. We don't know when that'll be, but we're glad that those that stopped by stopped.
Yeah. It's
And
good seeing Mike again and Nate.
yeah, and Blue Farm and um, Gardner Josh, you know,
Yeah. Yeah. For those few that stopped by, huh? That was good.
yeah. So, yeah. And Christy Sue,
Yeah. I
thank
always
you.
hear her in the background, so she's never too far away.
You
She's
know,
never too far away.
yeah, you can usually hear her breathing. She's so close. I mean, you know, sometimes you get that feeling like she's looking at you. Wah.
All right. I'll see you in Discord, JT. All right.
All
Later,
right.
everybody.
Good night, everybody. God bless you. Talk to you sometime soon. Have a good one.